shut down the stores, quarantine yourselves, hand sanitizer at the ready. It's the Hot Takes Special Edition Coronavirus, episode 22, I believe.
I want to point out we're not in violation of any rules because there's only three of us.
Only three of us. We're good. We have no staff. We have no producers or editors.
Yeah,
it's just us
you might
three.
believe we have no staff, no producers, no anything.
I wish I would have put this hand sanitizer on because now my hands are sticky and I don't like it.
Just keep rubbing
it.
It's
going to touch my... See? Okay, so Hot Takes, welcome in. Carson Anderson, still alive. Day 8 of the coronavirus, joined by co-host Elijah Stacks.
It's day 60-something.
Okay, but America
It first
days.
popped up in before the new year, and so it's been a while. So
thanks, China.
Yes.
Joined by our coronavirus expert Simon Haynes, and to tell us about the coronavirus.
Expert. Yes.
Close. He has a bowl of knockoff. What is it? Puffs. Cocoa Puffs. They're called Hershey's chocolate. Something.
Hey, don't be saying brand names. We might get sued. So
well,
copyright infringement. So don't mess around, guys.
Bleep that out. Bleep it out.
Yeah. Bleep.
Cut the show.
Restart.
I want to. Before we start, some pretty weird stuff going on, Elijah. They're canceling everything. Schools, they're saying don't go to restaurants and bars. I just went to Applebee's. They had 25-cent boneless wings, so I got 24 wings for $6.
Are you out of your mind?
It's good wings.
Whatever.
The server kind of didn't know how to use the pay thing, and she came back and got our cards 12 times. But China, as you said, started this way back in November, December. They tried to sweep it up under the rug, and now look where we are.
Yep.
Eating bats.
We're in a pandemic.
Okay, So what's the thing with the bats? They actually ate bats, and that's...
Apparently, they have exotic food markets or whatever that they were eating at. And I don't know how confirmed this is or not, but apparently they were eating bats, and that's what caused this to start. So, yeah.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if that pays off.
Apparently the doctor who first identified it, China was like, "Shut up, dude," and they
took him out. They say he died from it.
He died from it, and then
I think they took him out.
They were trying to cover it up, and then of course we all know the rest of the story. It is now everywhere. So apparently they have a case in Charlottesville. So
wow,
getting very close to home here, boys.
Okay. So do you think that the disease in itself is worth shutting everything down for?
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing, right? So the only reason I'm concerned about it, because the people who are most commonly affected by it are people who are elderly or have, thanks Simon, or have the pre-existing conditions, and so that's not most people. But the thing is, there's no known vaccine for it yet, and why risk spreading it when you don't have to? So I'm not saying we have to have a shutdown of cancel every.
I'm gonna have the camera on you throughout that whole thing, just single frame of you with your serum. Sorry, Elijah.
No, we're good, man. But I think it's a good idea to avoid social interactions if you can. So,
as we gather in a basement,
I'm gonna go ahead and tune out so you guys enjoy the show. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just kidding.
See, my thing with it is, like you said, it's mainly affecting the elderly population.
Mm-hmm.
If you get that and you're old or you have a condition, then you might be in some trouble. You might need to hit the life alert button.
You might be dead.
But my thing is, us. There is a 95% chance we will, 1, never get it. 2, if we do, we probably wouldn't even know it if we didn't get tested.
Uh-huh.
It's they said that in Seattle, it got to Seattle first and all that it had been there for a month and a half and nobody knew about it. And they thought they had just got sick and they got better. But they thought it was just a cold.
Here's the real concern that's going on with people our age is the fact that, so you can still carry it to people who are more vulnerable. So, for example, let's say I have coronavirus, we're here hanging out, and you get it. You won't show symptoms for 2 weeks probably, but you might go see your grandma or something, or your grandpa, and spread it to him unknowingly because you don't think you have it, but you actually do. And then he gets it, and he's at the more at-risk, he's part of the more at-risk population to die from coronavirus. That's the whole concern.
Very
true. The fact that transmitting it to people who are vulnerable unknowingly.
I'm looking up.
So Simon's looking up the stats on it.
Give us your input, man.
What would you like the input specifically on?
The coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
In general,
give us your in-depth medical knowledge.
Do I have to have had the first 18 in order to enjoy the 19th COVID?
Oh my god.
I recommend a full case of 24, actually.
Okay.
So, so my opinion on this is that it's a little exaggerated. There's a total of how many cases was it? I mean,
Worldwide or in the
worldwide? I
US?
think there's like maybe 180,000, maybe.
But like in America, the stats probably gone up a little bit, but like 2 days ago, it was like out of the entirety of the United States, 1,600 people had it.
Yep.
Not had died, had it. And out of 350 million, I mean, I get that they don't want it to spread and they're taking precautions. But, now it's gone personal, Elijah. We're taking out sports. What are we supposed to do? They're canceling
Nothing.
Movies. What are we supposed to do?
There have been 3,400 in the U.S.
Okay,
confirmed right now.
so that's not a ton, and then 68 deaths.
68 deaths.
But again, the whole
Very
concern
low mortality rate.
is if people gather, right, you can transmit it and
Very
not
easily.
even know you have it. That's the whole concern now. So you can't identify it until you already have it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and so the concern is if we're hanging out and I get transmitted, like, or someone transmit the disease to me, and I go hang out with my grandma or something, I'm passing it on to her, and she's more at risk because of her age.
Yes.
So that's the whole concern.
So
about
don't hang out with
and
your grandma.
Again, the whole issue is there
Let
is
her
no
die.
known vaccine yet, and so that's why we're shutting down gatherings and stuff like that, because you don't want to
Yes.
spread to people who are more at risk. So that's basically it.
I would say. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, very polite.
I was going to say
Very courteous.
they've been going on this trail over the past 3 or 4 days of, hey, don't gather in more than 500, don't gather in more than 200, don't gather in more than 100, 50, 30.
Today
Okay,
it's 10.
guys,
Today it's 10.
Today it's 10. Guys, just say from the get-go, hey, don't do anything that you don't need to do. Go to work, come home. And in some cases, like Elijah, most workplaces are starting to say, hey, don't even come to work. Just stay at
work from home now. Wow.
My job has not done that.
Bite the bullet. I mean, it's
It's hard to be. It's hard to be a
stock
sales
clothes.
associate. Yeah.
I'll
home.
know it's real when the retail world puts aside their financial gain to protect its employees. That's when I know it's real.
Hey, thank Trump for that, because hourly wage payers are apparently going to get
Yes,
some
I'm going to
sort
get
of
paid.
benefit.
Yeah, I'll get paid minimum wage hours if they close
There
down.
you go.
But, Simon, you're forgetting that the Washington Post said it's called the Trump virus, and it's all his fault.
Thank you, China. North Korea.
All right. So as you can tell, we're not doctors, and so if you're
I'm a
out
medical
there,
professional in my own
wash
mind.
your hands regularly. Don't touch your eyes, mouth, nose. Avoid contact with people you don't have to contact.
Simon is our coronavirus expert. Elijah.
I'm just making
Thank
sure
you.
everyone knows, for the 3 viewers we have that have made it this
Christian
far,
Hamlet.
that have made it this far into the program.
8 minutes
That
in.
is the medical knowledge. Go to the CDC website, look it up there, and let's get on to sports now. Whatever sports we have left.
Just bite the bullet. 3 weeks, no work, and then call it good.
I will say North Korea has 0 cases because
They
anyone with
murder
it,
people who have it. Yes.
they
Didn't
shoot
like,
them
cut their
dead
head
if you
off or
have it.
something?
They shot him or something like that.
Yeah.
If someone tests positive, they just shoot them. So
But hey, keep an eye on control.
tough scene.
Tough scene, absolutely. All right, so we'll probably get back to coronavirus at some point because it does deal with sports. But Simon wanted to get a lighthearted story off the top before we started.
Talking about Corona.
Yeah.
Very lighthearted, very light-spirited.
the hot takes news story of the month.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Local news station WSET. They had a bit of a Joe Biden moment when Simon. I'll just. Do you want to read the tweet that they put out? Or
Yeah, sure. I'll read
okay,
the
here
tweet
I have
here.
the tweet right here.
This is all caps awesome! Exclamation point. At G Flick surprised a Halifax County woman who lost her sister in an accident and her home in a fire on the same night with a new ABC 13 umbrella. Wow. So this lady lost her sister in an accident the same night that her house caught on fire and burned to the ground. And G Flick, our man from WSET, ABC 13, went to her house and said, I am sorry for your loss. Here's an umbrella.
But not only an umbrella, a George Flickinger signed umbrella.
Which will wash off in the rain.
He said, I never signed these.
Yeah.
G Flick, what do you sign? That's my question.
I laughed at this 4 separate times that day. I told my fiance, I told all my friends, and I told my parents, and then I just laughed at it one time by myself. There's a news clip of it. There's of him go. It's the most cringy thing you'll see. He's like, twirl the umbrella, and there's twirling in her yard.
Okay, so here's the
full circle
here's
story.
the reason why the umbrella was given to this family, which I agreed at the time. I was like, why? And I remember I saw a meme. You know that dog sitting in the house that's on fire?
Yes.
And it was just him with an umbrella saying, this is fine. Very humorous, very stupid. But then my friend said that there's actually a reason behind it, and I looked it up. This is what it says. It says, Mary's daughter, Kathy Long, reached out to George Flickinger, saying that her mother lost this beloved possession of hers among many others. The family asked the WSET for a new umbrella, and George Flickinger could bring it. And so that's why there's actually that's why it was a gift.
Okay, that's why they did it. But here's
the presentation was very wrong.
The presentation was very wrong.
Maybe they should have combined the umbrella with,
cash,
other stuff. Like,
money.
Hey, here's some food and stuff.
Here's somewhere you can live for a little bit.
Here's a temporary shelter. I don't know.
Or if you are,
yeah,
if you are just going to give her the umbrella, maybe don't make a segment out of it for the news.
Yes. Yeah, and so it didn't look good, but there actually was good motive behind it.
My parents said they were actually watching it when they aired it on TV, and they were like, "This just feels so cringy," and they're like, "Oh,
very cringy." So, but there was a reason. So
they deleted the tweet, and they said
because they were getting roasted.
Yeah, they were getting roasted. They're like, "Thank you for your feedback. We understand."
Yes, and so I think it is good that there is a reason. So
yes. Well, poor lady. Well, obviously. She went through a lot, and I don't know if she wanted all that on the news, but...
Yeah, on top of having her sister die, and...
Her house burned down in the same night. But this is awesome.
Yes, because they got a new umbrella, so... Whatever, dog.
Well, maybe do better, WSET. So I guess we'll get back to the coronavirus.
The choice of words was very poor.
Yeah, so. Awesome in all caps. People are commenting back like,
don't forget the exclamation point.
Yeah, it's tone deaf. Yeah, this is fun. They said, "Wow, that sure is great."
Oh my goodness!
All right, so with the coronavirus again, back to that, Elijah. Heartbreaking moment in our nation's history. This is really weird because stuff like this has never happened in my lifetime. This will be one of those things when we're old. They'll be like, "Grandpa, did you live through the coronavirus?" "Oh, let me tell you, Grandpappy, like they shut down all the stores and
someone ate a bat,
and
so we can't wipe our
there
butts
was
now.
no toilet paper anywhere."
And that's so dumb. Like
that is dumb.
Okay, my concern is just quick side note. People are going and hoarding toilet paper for this supposed 2-week quarantine we're going to be going through, maybe up to 8 weeks. And my whole question is. How much paper do we go through in 2 weeks? We have to go and buy multiple bundles of paper. I don't know. Whatever. So
no, my thing with that is people buy into panic culture so easily.
Yes.
People, if the slightest world is going to end, I gotta hoard everything so I can be ready. It's selfish, one, because two, you think some people don't do that and then they can't go get basic necessities at the grocery store. You have people that actually are sick that, thank you, Simon, that need it, that don't have it. I went to Walmart today. Hot Takes field agent here, scouting. There actually was no toilet paper on the shelves.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's outrageous.
It's
why?
a real thing, yeah.
Here's a funny story about that. So one of one of the folks that works for us as a contractor said that he's very country, very redneck, I won't name him, but he does make his own alcohol. So he went to the store the other night, and he could not, the other day, and he could not find any toilet paper. He's very redneck, mind you, so he was cussing up a storm, saying, "What the heck?" Called Walmart and said, "Let me know when you get more toilet paper, because I want to wipe my butt tonight."
Yep.
So that's pretty much exactly what he said. He gets a call later that night, and this is what he tells me. He gets that call, and he says, "Well, shoot, I'm on my way." But that man had drunk 20 beers.
Oh, God.
So he said to his wife, "Take me to Walmart so we can get some toilet paper." He got there, and there were maybe five bundles of toilet paper left. Needless to say, the man could have still driven himself because he is I kid you not, 20 beers is like one of these guys having maybe 3 or 4. This dude can drink out of his mind.
Puts it down.
But anyway, yes,
That's
drink
impressive.
20 beers to go.
And this is what
Get some toilet
the
paper.
virus has driven us to. Panic culture. It's ridiculous. So I needed to buy some bread the other day. No more bread in the stores.
There's no bread?
I wanted to buy some zucchini and squash. They're all gone. People are just buying everything off the shelf. Ramen noodles are gone.
You want to know who's buying the zucchinis?
No, I don't.
I actually want
I
Simon. Who is?
don't.
It's the folks who wanted to make zucchini pasta.
Yeah. I wanted to make some fried zucchini,
Thank you.
but I couldn't because
I think what
the store.
describes humans just in general perfectly is I saw a thing, it said, government, do not go gather in large groups of people. And it said, people. And then it was a grocery store where there was at least 200 people there lined up in the parking lot to go buy all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Which they don't need. Like, you don't need to buy 3 of the cases of toilet paper. Just get the one you need that would last you like a month or a month and a half anyway. You'll be fine, man. And just don't like triple wrap your hand. I don't know.
Live
like,
your
geez,
lives normally. I think like here's my thing with it. I think that while we should take precautions, I don't think we should go hoarding up all the grocery stores. I don't think that canceling the sporting events is a bit much. I think if we wanted to do it with no fans, I think that would be okay. I know that the whole NBA thing got suspended because once Rudy Gobert
got it,
then it was like he passed it on to his teammates and the whole league would get infected.
Yeah.
But so I could see that, but I don't know. The NCAA tournament, I really wish they would have kept on. Liberty was 30-4, ASUN champs.
Yep.
We were gonna make a splash in it. Now what do we have to show?
I guess ASUN champs back to back.
And I think that this tournament would have actually been very interesting because no team was really like Duke last year. Duke was like unstoppable. They did lose, but no team was like the number one seed all season. Yeah. So like I think Kansas was pretty good, but I think Liberty could have done
number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Going in, so one of the brackets.
Virginia Tech was bad as always, but
well, yes. UNC got bailed out. Yes. Not very good this year.
Not very good this year. Simon, would Auburn have done anything in the tournament?
They probably would have made it to the 3rd round.
You think so?
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
The reason I say that is because they're very hit or miss, but at the end of the day, they're good enough to make it past the first or second round.
Lost to UVA last year.
Tough scene.
Who had a better season this year? The Auburn men's basketball team or the former Auburn women's basketball player Maddie on The Bachelor?
Whoa, good question.
Former what basketball player?
She played on the Auburn women's team.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't think she did.
I think she did.
I don't think so.
I know she did, actually.
Boys?
Anyway, so I'm going to go with Auburn's men's basketball team, and I'll tell you why. Because, Maddie, what the heck are you doing with a tool like that?
They broke up, so.
Yeah,
yes,
they did,
did,
which is
finally.
good. Barb, not a big fan of Barb.
Not a big Barb guy.
My gosh.
Not big on Barb.
Oh,
are we all Bachelor watchers here?
Apparently, yeah.
Well,
we all have
also have
girlfriends,
all
and
girlfriends,
and a fiance. So I think that kind of.
I thought that this season was just like.
That was really bad.
The whole.
It sucked.
It was so
because Maddie was way too good for Peter.
We're losing
Peter,
fans. We're losing fans because of this. We down to 2 fans now.
But then the mom was the worst. Like none of the people on there I rooted for except Maddie, and I had to root for her to lose because she was too good.
Maddie went to their the reinstatement of their vows, whatever it was, and they loved her. And then she comes back and says, "Hey Peter, don't go sleeping around with other girls because, I don't know, don't be a man whore.
Yeah.
If you respect me, don't be a man whore." And then what does he do?
And then he acted like that she was his favorite and to pick all along.
Right.
And if that was his pick all along, and he was like he was gonna pick her anyway, what was the point? I hated Victoria too.
Oh
Victoria
my God.
sucked.
He deserved her though.
He did deserve her, but
they would have been great together.
Hey, here's the thing. I loved how in that the one with Barb. So like in one situation, she's talking to Madison. She's like, you're just too religious for Peter
man.
because he likes to go out there and
You
party.
can't change our boy.
He likes to go out there and party and sleep around and stuff. And you shouldn't change who he is. And then the very next clip, like within 2 minutes of that, she's like talking to Peter. She's like, Peter, last night I was praying and talking to God. And he said to choose Hannah Ann. And I was like, can you not see the dichotomy in your approach
And
here
the
to
brother.
religion and faith? Like, one second you're saying don't live by faith. Next second you're like, God told me for you to pick Hannah Ann.
And the thing,
So dumb,
the
Barb.
thing with the brother, I thought was really weird too, because the brother was like, "Dude, you like to have sex. I think it'd be really weird if you got there. I was like, why do you care if your brother is having sex? Like, that does not affect you in any aspect.
I do think at a certain point, though,
Or
that,
does
like,
it?
Unless he's having sex with him.
As we all know, that The Bachelor is like very drama driven, and so I think the producers kind of influenced the whole family acting like a bunch of a-holes to her. They were not very nice to her. And like whenever he broke up with Hannah Ann, right, and then like
I think Hannah Ann broke up with him.
Whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't work out, and then Peter and Madison were like trying to rekindle whatever they had. I was like, she shouldn't do this because she's already seen how awful family is to her. So like, if I was her, man, well, she obviously did, but like I would have walked away a long time ago.
I bet her dad caught a whiff of it and said, "You're an idiot.
Yep.
If you go back, you're disowned." And if
her dad
case,
looked like he was 12 too.
Hey, he's part of the basketball program though at Auburn, so
he is.
Show some respect.
Were you aware of him before the show?
See, the way that people kept referring to him, I thought that he was Bruce Pearl.
Oh yeah,
and that
he was.
And
on the
isn't
show.
her name Maddie P? Or
her name
Madison
is
P. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So I can see you think that.
I was very confused because people kept saying, "Oh, he's the head. She's the daughter of the head coach of Auburn." Like, what?
We got to edit this clip out.
I think some fans will enjoy it.
Cut this out.
Anyway, I liked how Peter was interacting with her dad. Her dad said, "Do you really love my daughter, and what are your intentions?" Or something along the lines. And his response was, "Yeah, I hear you."
He said, "Yeah, I hear you, man."
Yeah,
don't call it the dad, man. Don't do that. Oh, it's so dumb. I hate that show.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Show.
Here, I can transition us back here. Bachelor also postponed due to coronavirus because the one with the Bachelorette. Yeah, she's like 38.
Oh yeah, I
think it should be an age cutoff.
This was my first time ever watching The Bachelor / Bachelorette, and so I have no idea who this person is or like why she's relevant to the show still. So I'm probably still going to watch though because my girlfriend likes to watch it. So hey Leo, what's up? But I don't care about it at all.
Isn't there like a thing for people like oldpeoplemeet.com or something like that?
Yeah, probably. eHarmony.com. I don't know.
There you go.
Elders Mingle. I don't know. But yeah. So
oldbachelorpeoplemeet.com.
I think it's weird though because she's like 38. But then they're gonna have people on The Bachelor, like the men who are like 20 years old, like 21, which I find very awkward.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey. I'm here to find love. Check out my blog.
Yep, that. But it's just so weird to me because like this might sound bad, but like in the real world, like what 21-year-old is like honestly seeking out love from 38-year-old? Not very often. So.
I'm sure you would find a few.
Are we talking?
Okay, I know you would find a few, but like that's not the common scenario. So why like construct the show around that premise of like people who are like 21, like, oh, I love this woman so much. It's not a very common situation. So I don't know. I don't care enough to actually talk about it.
I like a woman who's older than me.
Whoa.
Nikki is indeed older than me.
How much?
Wow.
A couple months.
Yeah. So
okay, outrageous.
Yeah, I know.
But you look older because of the beard, so.
Hey, that's why I did it.
Are you gonna
I'm
grow?
actually only 18.
Are you gonna grow a quarantine beard and not shave? So.
Nope.
Hey, maybe I'll do that.
Whoa.
Because I'm working from home till the end of the month, so.
Wow.
Sleep
Nowhere
in a
to
little?
go.
Lowe's overnights.
No,
though.
I still gotta wake up in time and do my work. But
I guess you don't have to get ready.
yeah, you got that right. Working on my undies, boys.
What do you call people about?
Me? So I'm a scheduler for a choir that we have that goes around the country and they perform at different churches and stuff. And so I have to call them out of nowhere, be like, hey, what's up, guys? Want to book the choir? And then this past week I've gotten like people who've been like, there's coronavirus, so no. And I was like, okay, have a good day. So, yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Got corona.
So right now we're actually not doing that. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens with coronavirus. So we're just chilling out, doing random little menial tasks.
Do you think it's wild that the NBA totally jumped over the middle ground of playing without fans? Like it just went from we might play without fans to this guy has it, it's over.
I think what happened was Rudy Gobert got it, and then who got it next?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell got it,
and then some guy on the Pistons.
That's when they were like, we're not doing it because here's the thing, right? If they're on the Mitchell's on the Jazz. He's on the Jazz, yeah. And so like if
Smooth
the Jazz has to go out there, they have to go play, whatever team they're playing next. And the whole concern is people can have it but not know they have it and still transmit it. And so if people who are like think they're healthy on the Jazz are going to play, whoever else next week, and they're in close contact with people on other teams, they're going to get it, spread to their teammates,
Next
and their
thing you
staff,
know.
and it's everywhere. And so as soon as the second person got it, they said, we're done until it can be handled efficiently. So
Next thing you know, Vince Carter's dead.
Oof. Sad times. Tough scene.
Yes. Played his last game the other night.
I don't know, because they've talked about it's not like they might pick it back up in like July or August. They might not.
Pickup games.
Yes, pickup games. They might not just like forfeit the season.
They
I
might
guess
bring
if
it
it went
back.
on so long, they'd have to just start a new season next year. But we'll not do another LeBron championship, thank you. Even though the Celtics were looking pretty good, Celtics might have had something to say about that. Jason Tatum, great young player.
Kemba Walker.
I also saw somewhere, I think a third person got it. Let me see who.
Oh yeah, do you like Kemba Walker doing well in Boston, Simon?
I do. I like to see him do well. He's a good guy, and he's great at what he does.
Good guy.
Yes, great guy. I'm glad
Well,
to have him. I love having him on my team. Great, way better than Kyrie Irving.
It says there's a Pistons player who has it.
Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Okay, I didn't know if they said they hadn't identified him, but I guess it might be.
And he
Blake
got-
Griffith.
Got some. I love how every time you click on an ad, it's just the empty shelves. I'm gonna say this too. I'll call out coronavirus here. I'm calling it out. I'm not going to the store and stocking up on all this stuff. I'm not going to go hoard toilet paper and hand sanitizer and all this stuff. If I get coronavirus and I'm stuck at home without this stuff, joke's on me. I didn't get it. But you know what? I'm not doing it. So if it wants to come get me, it can come get me. But I'm not doing it.
Yeah, coronavirus. You've been called out by Carson Anderson, so
Yes.
you've been canceled.
You've been had.
Because you know all these stupid people too? I guarantee
Harsh words.
all these people buying hand sanitizer do not use it on a regular everyday basis.
No.
They just want it now because of coronavirus.
Yep.
And it's like all these
And
ads.
also-
wash your hands. Wash your hands. Do
I'm
people
pretty
not wash
sure-
their hands
I'm
before?
pretty sure that hand
No.
sanitizer doesn't do
No.
much in terms of actually stopping coronavirus because I think
It just kills
these
it.
are only good for bacterias,
Yep.
and a virus is not a bacteria, so this won't really help you a whole lot.
Did you hear about that guy that bought 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer?
And can't sell 'em
Yeah,
now?
because eBay won't let him.
We'll be
Joke's
auctioning
on
off
you.
this half bottle for to the highest bidder. So
We'll sign it. We'll autograph it too.
we'll
Hot
autograph
takes
it. Hot
signed.
takes.
I
Yep.
bid it for free.
Okay, well,
Well, okay. There's a 24-hour bid period, so we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. I bid $0.
Well, it is also yours. You think
I've
you bought
heard.
it, so-
Like with the NCAA tournament, they're gonna try to let the seniors who missed out on like their senior season tournament give them another season of eligibility. But the thing
If
with
they
that
want
is,
it, I think.
the thing with that is, if you're good enough to go to the NBA, you're just gonna go to the NBA.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then, is anybody gonna want to just go back to college for the sake of just playing it? I guess there would be some people,
yeah,
but
because if you play the sport for that long, especially,
Mhm.
and also like you're think about teams who are like this is like their first year ever getting a bid to the tournament,
Mhm.
and so like like.
But it doesn't mean
I
they
wanna
get
give
it next year. That
Well,
means
I know,
they
but
have to
they
re-get
think
it.
give it at least one more go because that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity you could have to play in the tournament. So
Liberty was 30-4.
yeah,
was
they're
it?
really good.
San Diego State.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
really good too.
They were undefeated for a really long time. And
Yeah.
is that going to happen again next year? Probably not.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think they should at least offer it to them if they really want to take it. But if people were kind of like, you know what, like I'm not going to the league anyway, and we are good enough to go this year. I always have that, and then like they might as well move on with their life and go.
Yeah.
But I get it though, because especially if it's like a sport you love, you played it for your entire life, having it taken away under this circumstance is like something I would like. It would haunt you going forward. I
Like
think.
Dez caught it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But like, it's one thing if you were not good enough to get into the tournament, so now you can't play anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're done because you're a senior and you're out of the game now. But like if you were good enough to make the tournament and then it get taken away from you because of coronavirus, I'd probably want to go back again and just give it one more go. Because why not? You're only young once, I guess. So play while you can.
What do you think about schools doing the online classes? How do you think that's going to go?
Talking about universities or
Yeah.
like public schools, like high school, or middle
Like
school and stuff?
colleges. We'll say colleges because that affects us.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be fine. I think certain classes are going to be kind of awkward to do. Like over.
It's
over
going to be weird. You know,
online
there's going to be
because-
some kids with some hentai posters, anime
Probably,
on their
but,
wall.
like, whatever. Just
And they're gonna just be,
I don't know. I
Take
mean,
that down before, please. Thank you.
I think it'll go better than you think it's going to go. So,
Did you see the video? It said dance majors doing their final online, and it was the chick just twerking on the computer.
no, I did not see that. That's funny. But my thing is, though, is I think it'll be fine. I'm not in school anymore, so it doesn't really affect me. How do you guys think it's going to go?
I
Your
think that
classes?
there's going to be all these teachers who could care less in a white just a plain white T-shirt, and like their wife yelled at him in the background, like, George, where's my socks?
Yeah.
Like, shut up, Catherine. Try to teach biology.
My God. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I think the bigger concern I have, though, is people who are like in grade school who are having to do online classes now. It's like, how is that going to work?
How is a kindergartner going to use the internet?
I think it's more like
straighter line.
Like, you
of
know,
course, for you.
Do they have like the digital, like where you put the square in the square?
What if they don't have a computer? That's a real question, though.
Well, that was actually, I was getting my hair cut earlier today, and I was talking to the barber lady, and she was like, yeah, they called all the parents and were like, if you guys don't have Wi-Fi and like access to this kind of stuff, just let us know, and we'll figure out a way to provide it for you. So, I don't know, like, they're going to figure it out.
Why don't they just like give everybody a passing grade for the rest of the semester and cancel classes? Just say like, okay, everything you're in.
Sounds a lot like communism to me.
How's that communism?
What if at that point in the semester the kids got like, you know, like an F?
Because what's the point of like a 5th grader doing online school?
I don't know. Developmental stuff. I don't know.
What are they developing?
Algebra skills?
Like your rudimentary skills in like reading, writing, arithmetic, I don't know, things like that. You're just getting all your basic skills down.
Some guy tweeted
it's your formative years, man.
He said, how am I supposed to flirt in an online class?
Yikes.
Oh, it's much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, because what are the consequences? You say something, you just hit the escape button, and you're done.
The teacher's just going to be talking. You got that one kid that asks questions all the time. Be like, sir, and then it's going to be like that buffer. It's going to be like, yeah, what? No, go ahead. Yeah, go. Yeah, you go. No, you go. Yeah.
I saw one where like it was like a chat box for the professor, and they were like, "Professor, I have a question." And he was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
I remember seeing that.
In her own house. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
He said, "I see somebody has a question. Okay, go ahead. Typing. Can I use the restroom?" And the professor goes,
Is it gonna be like streaming where you could like donate $1 for a shout out? You know, these kids
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
I've seen some memes where it's like, the one person has like a sex doll sitting in it, the one person has a cut out of themselves.
Put the Trump cut out in your seat. It's gonna be like, no homo 69 donates $5 to the stream. Hey, professor, can I get a shout out for the boys back home? You know, everybody's just gonna be sitting there in class on playing like Call of Duty or something. Like it's just gonna be like this the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a fun time for you guys. Like I said, I'm not in class anymore, so it doesn't really affect me.
It's gonna be really funny for some folks who think that they put their computer on mute and say some ridiculous stuff. And the professor,
you can hear their parents getting divorced in the background.
Oh, sorry guys, I thought that was on mute.
Yikes.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, well, speaking of school shutting down, Liberty has now moved on to online.
Wow, which...
Yes, Ralph Northam, thank you.
Well,
yes.
Not a big fan of him, but...
Neither am I, but, he's trying to get rid of guns? No, thank you, not in my country.
But give credit where credit's due.
Yes.
Thanks, Ralph.
I will say it didn't really affect me because I didn't go to class anyway, but, yeah, so...
Hey, you know what? Be that way sometimes.
My internship is still open. What do you think the people with internships, do you just get credit for it?
That's a really good question. I have no idea.
I applied for an internship over the summer.
Wow.
Credit-wise.
Auburn
job.
Auburn basketball team?
Actually, it's with Liberty University, so, yeah, it's my job.
Nice.
Yes. That's just for credits because your boy needs to graduate.
Yes.
And he may or may not have pretty much skipped a semester because engineering really sucked.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a tough time.
The whole engineering experiment.
Somewhat, yes.
He was, for a brief time, an engineering major. And
industrial engineering. Fun fact, if you're doing that, you, at least at Liberty University, you have to learn like 15 different coding languages. And that is not my thing.
Nope.
So here I am in project management.
I will say I have 2 CSERs left to graduate, and I was doing one that counts as double. They better not let me graduate because my CSER's canceled. They better not do that. I would be very unpleased with them if they did.
I really think they're going to find a way to work it out for you. Yeah. Where like they're not going to, like, how can you prepare for coronavirus? Who saw it coming?
Hand sanitizer. China did, and they chose to hide it from the rest of the world.
That's their own fault.
North Korea.
Like, Liberty can't like. How can they penalize people who are like they're on track to graduate all of a sudden having one of the requirements stripped from them because they can't come to congregate anymore. And
Money.
Speaking of graduation, are we going to have it?
Yeah, I don't think they'll have graduation.
I think it really depends on how the whole
Corona time.
Can they find a vaccine in time?
It's Corona time.
Hey, whoa!
I think they're gonna go like
cultural
I think they're gonna go like month by month. So like if by what is it
Mid-April?
May, if they don't have a situation like a thing figured out by April, I think they'll cancel.
We're doing a
commencement.
monthly plan to coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
America signed up for a month.
A monthly plan, yes, free trial, yes.
Free
And
trial.
so, I think they're gonna take like a month by month kind of situation where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
if by I'd say like what is it, April 9th, they don't have the solution figured out, they'll be like, we're canceling commencement, or do it online.
If they do forced
Well, they could hand
quarantine,
out-
go ahead.
I was going to say they could just hand out a bunch of ponchos like they did last time. I think that would have the same
Ooh,
effect.
hand out masks.
There you go. Yes.
And gloves.
And
Mask
gloves.
on.
Yes.
If they do this
Okay.
quarantine for a very long time, there is going to be a problem in 9 months, Elijah, and that's going to be the coronavirus baby boom. If they force everybody to stay in their houses,
That's a good point.
divorce rate might also go up.
I think it's going to at least quadruple.
Divorce rate or birth rate?
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because what if,
There it is.
what if coronavirus is still here in 9 months, and then we have all these people that need to go to the hospitals to have babies?
Home
And home
births.
delivery.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm saying
Yes.
home births. I don't know. That's just
Bathtub time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's don't want to think about it. Maybe
Draw me a
just abstain for the time being.
Abstinence is the key.
I
Why
think
would you want
the
to
one
give-
thing harder than asking Americans to stay in their house is asking Americans not to have sex.
Stay in their pants. Whoa.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Points made, man.
You know who may have the coronavirus and I think needs to be tested for it? Bill Bryan. Or is it O'Brien?
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. Because today,
This man has got lots of issues.
this man might have more than coronavirus. He traded away potentially the best wide receiver in football for a second-round pick and a washed-up...
David Johnson.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I saw
Is
this
that a running
today.
back?
Yeah, from Arizona.
David Johnson used to be good, but like last year he totally like fell off the map.
He had one good year of being like a really good running back, and then he got hurt, obviously. It hasn't been the same since. And so Bill O'Brien, in his infinite wisdom, was like, hey, I got an idea.
I need to have him.
Which, okay, I understand that Hopkins is like up for a huge contract, probably going to blow out the whole receiver, market.
they should just pay him.
The point being, he's like, this guy who's like, top two of his position, I'm going to get rid of him and get a scrub running back and a scrub draft pick, and that's fine.
Johnson may end up being good,
Who
though.
made him the GM of this team? It's so dumb.
Because
So
the thing
dumb.
was, they said they were in draft chaos and they needed more draft picks. They got one second-round pick, not even a first-round pick.
Which maybe their reasoning is this is a very deep receiver class in terms of the draft, and so they're like, okay, we can maybe scoop someone up and replace him. But why would you replace the proven commodity of D-Hop? Nuke.
You know who they could sign? Antonio Brown. That would replace him.
Nope. What's up, dude?
It's a very deep wide receiver draft. Guess who's got a wide receiver in the draft? Liberty.
Well, yes, AGG.
Antonio Gandy Golden. Is he the next DeAndre Hopkins?
I heard he's falling in
Wait.
the draft boards. a
Okay,
little
yeah, I
bit.
think people have realized, first off, his competition level has not been the best. No disrespect to AGG, but whenever you're if you cook up people who play at Hampton University, I'm sorry, I don't find that very impressive because in 3 months that person is going to be
He's going to flip
a
the
health insurance
patties.
agent. I don't know, he'd be something like not football. And so I think people have noticed his competition wasn't that high, and also basically he relied mostly on athleticism to kind of get him where he is, and which is great. It's what he does, but he's really good at it. But I don't think teams are going to value that in terms of a second, third round pick. I think at the most he'll go third round, late third round. I've seen a lot of mocks taking or having the Patriots take him late third round.
Whoa.
But I think
Will he be the new quarterback?
I think he's more of a day 3 pick instead of a day.
Will
2.
they even have the draft?
Probably not
Yes.
live like they normally do. Not like a huge convention style.
Didn't they just say that they were going to have it online, but just no audience?
Like our classes.
Yeah, well, I
Roger
think,
Goodell in
again,
a
I
white
think-
T-shirt.
I think they're still in that decision-making process just because it's still like over a month away, so they're trying to figure out what the situation is. But I assume they're going to cancel it.
Oh, that's
I thought
another
I saw
thing I
about
forgot
that.
about taking classes online. You know how many people are just going to be sitting there vaping while online, taking their classes online? Really get this puff of smoke.
Yeah, so, but AGG, good luck to you, man. Proud of you. Probably go day 3, 4th round, I think. The Cowboys can take him if they want him because we could use.
Do you think DeAndre Hopkins will do good with Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be fine. Like, I mean, I'm not huge on Kyler Murray, but like I think he'll be fine.
I saw this picture of
having
DeAndre.
having more weapons for Murray's not a bad thing. So
I saw this picture of Deshaun Watson throwing the ball, and they put a crying Jordan
the
face
crying
over
Jordan.
him.
Yeah,
Because this is honestly so stupid. The Texans have always that's like the thing the last few seasons. They need a running back. They need someone to have, and they're like, oh, David Johnson's available. He had a rough year. I can understand you wanting to take a chance on him. Like, okay, I think the Cardinals are ready to move off of him. Let's see if we can get him. I don't know if trading a top 3 wide receiver in football is the move.
If you want to be honest, probably your best player. Get rid of him for a scrub running
What
back.
about J.J. Watt?
Yeah, a bit old.
J.J. Watt's really good, but like he's also been hurt recently, and he is getting older. So like I don't think he's the same J.J. Watt we saw like 3-4.
Bill O'Brien will probably trade him. Though,
Probably.
So don't worry about it.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, obviously,
Trade him for Julius Peppers.
how does this help Watson's development? You know what I mean? Like, I get Watson's good on his own, but like, don't take the talent away from him.
Because that's
what I mean.
That division is very open too. None of those teams are above, and you just took like your biggest weapon away. Like,
yeah, and I'm sure they could have found someone else to trade to Arizona. Because Arizona's bad, and they don't have much talent down there, so they could have found someone else who's slightly not on the tier of D-Hop and gotten the same thing.
You could have gotten Christian McCaffrey. That's all I'm
very
saying.
foolish trade. I think the Texans might be the second worst run franchise in the league behind
the Browns.
Behind the Browns, yes, the Browns are so
got
stupid.
Austin Hooper. Wow, big move.
Does it matter? Baker Mayfield did
they
nothing with all
they
those.
also signed the tackle from Tennessee. I forget his name.
Conklin.
Yes, they got him. So they're making business moves.
I don't care what the Browns do; they'll always be the Browns.
They used to be good.
Okay, they got a new coaching regime, new talent.
They do every year, Elijah. Every year they get a new coaching regime.
And this is why it's hard to really pin what the Browns are going to do because every year is different. So it's hard to really tell what they're going to be. I think Baker's going to take a step forward again. He had a sophomore slump, so I think he'll be fine next year.
He's probably too drunk.
I think Odell's going to be okay. Like Odell and Jarvis Landry. Yeah, probably.
Odell did absolutely nothing last year.
You get it, but the team was bad last
team.
year.
There was a new team.
But why? They said that team was going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because everyone bought the hype really early.
Yep.
Coe, standing by his statement, tweeted me that Odell Beckham is worse than a squirrel.
Yeah,
at
running
football.
around. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's his opinion, I guess.
Shout out, Coe.
I mean, I think Odell Beckham's gonna be fine. I think he'll rebound. I think the whole team's gonna rebound.
I don't.
What he's got?
Okay, I'm not saying they're gonna be like
Give him 2 years.
A 14-2 season.
No.
I'm thinking like a 9-7.
They'll be a conference contender.
Yeah, I think they can split the Steelers.
All right. Whoa.
That's what it said.
The Steelers, who beat the Browns last year with a rotating chair in at quarterback, is getting a Hall of Famer back this year, and you think they'll compete with us?
Sorry, who's that?
Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Is he going to be okay?
He is more than okay. He is the sweet prince of Pittsburgh. He didn't shave the beard. He's in there. I saw a video. He's in the gym throwing cannons.
Hey,
Simon.
wait,
they put a cyborg arm on this man. He is about to. I'm telling you, 5,000 yards. 5,000 yards. 28 interceptions. It's gonna happen.
28 interceptions.
Yes, he's gonna sling it. It's what we're gonna do.
He's gonna throw 28
you're
interceptions.
okay with that.
Yeah, because he's gonna throw like 36 touchdowns.
So I see here that the Browns beat you one time.
Yeah, that was when Myles Garrett decided to act a fool. But we beat them, so.
Oh, breaking news. Byron Jones has agreed to a record deal with the Dolphins. Let's see what we got going on.
Why? Oh, no.
Oh, no. The deal is for 5 years, $82.5 million, $57 million guaranteed, and $40 million in the first 2 years.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah,
so he's quite good.
I love Byron Jones. Good luck to you, buddy. I mean, he just outplayed our cap space, but that's a lot of money. Whoa.
Go back down.
Speaking of the Cowboys, Dak Prescott,
largest female athlete of all time, is massive.
That's just some Adam stuff. I don't know.
Elijah, what are you looking at on your computer, man?
This is YahooSports.com.
Oh, they're questionable.
This is crazy. I think this makes him the highest paid cornerback
He's the
in
highest
league.
paid cornerback.
Dolphins actually turned it around pretty well last year. They were pretty awful.
Well,
and
this is what their plan was. I mean, like they've been shucking off talent.
Shucking?
And or shedding talent. I don't know. They traded away
Minka.
Yes.
They've been cutting people.
Thank you for Minka.
And they were just doing a clean slate, a lot of cap space, a lot of draft picks, and they're like, we'll take whoever we can get. So good for Byron.
Now, Byron Jones is good. That's a good pickup. I had that on here of do you think you'll keep Byron Jones? He was actually projected to go to the Redskins, so at least you don't have to play him.
I was going to go to the Eagles. If you had asked me before this news broke where he was going to be going, I would have said the Eagles because the Eagles have a lot of cap space and they need cornerback help really bad. And they play him twice a year, so they know how good he is. Byron Jones got so much hate because he never got interceptions, but he would lock down his side of the field. No one ever threw against him. If they did, it got swatted
There's a reason
down.
he didn't get interceptions because
no one was throwing towards him. Exactly. So, I mean, good for the Dolphins. They got a good player. I'm sad to see him leave, but I've known it was coming for a long time now. I've been mentally preparing myself for this. So, hey, Cowboys, let's go get Robert Quinn done.
Dak Prescott.
And Dak and Amari.
Okay, while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about that. So the Cowboys tagged Dak today.
They did.
Which Skip Bayless, I saw, was very critical of because he said it shows lack of confidence in your quarterback and puts a divide between your quarterback and the team. Doing this, though, I think...
Okay, they used the exclusive tag, so he gets $33 million for this year, and he can't negotiate with anybody else. That just proves the Cowboys want him. They got to fine-tune the details of the contract. And what I've been hearing about this is not so much the money factor, it's more of the length of contract, because the new CBA was just signed this past weekend, and...
17-game regular season.
And the projection is it's going to blow the roof off of contracts, because I think they're expected to make $400 million extra a year in TV deals, and so that means more money for the players. And so I think what Dak wants to do is he wants to have a contract about 4 years, and so in 4 years he can re-up and get a bigger contract and make more money. I think that's the biggest thing right now is length of contract. I think Cowboys want him to be locked up for the next 5 to 6 years, maybe even 7.
I know you're about to go off on me about the market, Elijah. Do you think Dak is worth $33 million a year?
Yes, of course. What is the question here?
I think he's...
Okay, I got to explain this again, I guess.
Yes,
the nature of QB contract negotiations is whenever a franchise quarterback who's proven himself to be a winner comes up due for a contract. What's up, dude?
Redskins football, what is that doing there?
That's something he brought over here one time.
Yeah, I got it at Lowe's for $1. We had it up on the wall, but he took it down. Yeah.
I couldn't bear to see it anymore. Anyway.
I agree.
The nature of especially the quarterback market, is whenever a franchise quarterback comes up for a contract, they always hit the market. Always.
Tannehill got 29.5 per year.
Is he really a franchise quarterback? Or is he a Band-Aid?
He's a franchise backup.
They apparently like him.
Call him Nick Foles.
Okay, what are their other options, though?
Jameis Winston.
Is he a franchise quarterback to you? The guy who went 30-30.
To me though, if the Bucks chose to tag Winston, I think that's the same as the Cowboys tagging Dak. What's the difference?
Sorry.
They both.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
They're both kind of.
Is Dak the future of the Cowboys right now?
Yes.
Is he the franchise quarterback for them?
Yes.
Who can they get realistically, off the top of your head right now, who is going to, for the next 5 to 6 years, lead the franchise?
I could tell you for 1 to 2 years. Thomas Brady.
I'm not doing that. Who would do that?
The Carolina Panthers.
There is a reason the Titans, the Titans were rumored to be pursuing Brady. They went with Tannehill, who got his butt whooped by Brady for 8 years of his career because Brady gives you 2 years at most of mediocre play. He's not elite anymore. He's not going to lead any team to this dominant, crazy season, especially apart from Belichick, I think. I think it's going to be awful. My point is that whenever a quarterback comes up for his franchise deal, they always hit the market. Why did the Eagles pay Carson Wentz $33 million a year? He played for 3 seasons, got hurt in 2 of them, and never won a playoff game.
He was the MVP one of them.
No, he wasn't.
He
was on track to be the MVP leader. He never won it, though, because he got hurt.
He should have been the MVP, even though he got hurt.
My point is that, Matthew Stafford, whenever he got his franchise contract, he set the market as the highest paid player ever in NFL history. How many playoff games has he won?
Not many. Maybe 1?
0.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy Garoppolo set the market as the highest paid quarterback off of a resume of, I think it was 9 games.
Yep.
The highest paid quarterback. This is the nature of quarterback contracts. Whenever someone comes due for the money, they get paid. Patrick Mahomes, in next year when he's eligible to renegotiate his contract, is going to get $40 million a year.
I think you should get 50.
And whenever that happens, you know what happens to the entire market?
Serious. Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the
They should
NFL for the
they
next
should
10
pay
years.
him whatever
Give
he
him
wants to
60.
be paid. He's that good. My point is for and whenever Watson is up for contract, same thing for him. He's going to be probably in the same range of $40 million a year. Because the nature of contracts is the market is always going up. And so I think right now people get so lost in the idea because Russell Wilson's right now the highest paid quarterback. He's making $35 million a year.
He's also very good.
You guys remember
He's
when?
very good. You know, second and third.
Oh, wait. Matt Ryan and
Jared Goff and Carson Wentz.
Jared Goff. Carson Wentz.
And you know why? Because the timing worked out for them where they were up for contracts this past year, or up for at least extensions. This is why Dak's going to get paid. If you're asking me, if you were going purely off talent, like the best players get paid the most, then I don't think Dak's worth the highest paid contract in the league. But the reality is that the nature of it's all about timing in the NFL and really all sports. Whenever you come due for a contract, you just got to get lucky. And right now he's fortunate because he's the only major franchise quality quarterback that's up for contract right now. And the most previous contract signed was Russell Wilson for $35 million a year.
Are you concerned about now since they tagged Dak that they can't tag Cooper, that Cooper might go elsewhere?
We're going to get Cooper done. Cooper has made it known he wants to be in Dallas.
Yeah, but can they financially get it?
Yes, we have $80 million in cap space.
What did they give up to get Amari? They gave up what?
A first round.
They gave up one first round pick. That's another good point. Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
Is you do not give up a first round pick for someone for a year and a half alone. You don't do that. They're going to get him done. He's made it known they want him to be. He's made it known he wants to be there. And they have made it known they want to sign him. And so I think all you got to do there is find your number and get it done.
Well, Simon, you may be glad they did not franchise tag him because I was reading that the Panthers are very interested in Amari Cooper.
Good luck with that.
They want anyone who can run a route and catch a ball.
They will take anybody at this point. Yeah. I do not know what's his face's head coach. What's his name?
Rivera?
No.
Rule.
Rule. I don't know what his agenda is. I don't know.
What's your agenda, Rule?
What is your agenda? What are you going to achieve? You're basically giving this first season that's coming up, you're giving everybody a chance on the roster from what I've seen. Aside from Greg Olsen, who I understand is getting old, and he can't play to the same caliber that he used to.
He's with the Bills. No, Seahawks now. Wow. Seahawks.
Yes. So he's giving everybody a chance. Cam Stain, he's giving him a chance to say, Cam, what are you worth?
Is Cam the starter?
Yes, he's going to start.
I think the Panthers should have the honest conversation of maybe drafting Tua at 7.
I don't think Tua will be there at 7.
He's going to go number 3.
I think either the Dolphins will take him at 5. I think it's what they are, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions took him at 3 because if the how many more years are they going to go with Stafford? Really?
I think you flip that question. How many more years is Stafford going to go with the Lions?
I think if they're going to pay him all that money, he could care less.
How many playoffs has he won?
0.
He's also in a tough division, though.
He isn't, and
he's on a tough team.
That's also a badly run franchise, but
then I think they should have a discussion of maybe taking Herbert or Love at 7 because I don't think that Cam is the future long term.
I don't think so either.
When it comes to the quarterback position, I'm very future thinking, like forward thinking of if your quarterback play is in decline, your team's in decline usually.
With Rule, Cam. Unless by some miracle he proves that he can be a franchise quarterback this coming season, he won't be the franchise quarterback. That position is going to go to somebody who's not on the team.
They could trade Cam.
They could, possibly.
Because they could go after either Phillip Rivers could be a 1 or 2 year fix. They could get Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater.
Jameis.
You wouldn't. Okay. Do you think Jameis would do awful
Carson.
there?
Answer me this question.
I think Jameis Winston sucks. But if you're
what team is going to take their quarterback and seriously say, I want Jameis over him? The guy who threw 30 interceptions, 30 of them in a 16-game season.
I mean, that's
almost 2 a game.
You'd rather have Cam Newton. Cam Newton hasn't played well in 2 years.
Yes, at least he's not as bad as Jameis.
I'm not a Jameis Winston fan.
Winston has almost no market value.
They're saying the Raiders might get him
because the Raiders have
who was their last quarterback?
Derek Carr, who's not very good. I don't factor Winston into any conversation about quarterbacks at all because he's that bad.
You know, Brady's actually projected to go to the Bucs now.
There's rumors that they're going to go all in.
I think he's going to land somewhere because someone needs a quarterback that bad. But like,
Pick where?
People seriously overhype the whole Tom Brady hits the market. Like that's just to me, that's not a big value thing. It's 2 years of mediocre play.
Vaney's squirming in his seat, waiting to see where he goes, Elijah.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes. Okay, I don't know. I think what teams need quarterbacks right now?
I think the
Cowboys,
Chargers. The Colts, I think Rivers is going to. They said that they're pretty heavily in on Philip Rivers.
I'd have to sit down and look at who's like really in quarterback.
It's the Bucs, the Raiders, the Chargers.
I'll look through the list here.
The Colts.
So the Bengals, they're taking Burrow, so they have their answer there. Dolphins might take Tua. Well, Chargers.
Aren't there rumors that
Chargers? I think Chargers, if they have the 6th pick, they're going to go for someone who's the future. Because last year was abysmal for the Chargers. And so what do they have to look forward to right now? I think
Melvin Gordon?
Gordon might be leaving. I think Hunter Henry might get traded. So I think they're in a reset year for the Chargers right now. And so why would you reset with Tom Brady?
That's
Go
fair.
get like Herbert or Love and plug them in.
Develop a quarterback.
Exactly.
Well, the Chargers' thing is they want to sell tickets, and they're saying Tom Brady in LA sells tickets.
I still
they want to
think
sell tickets.
The media way overhypes what Tom Brady can do for a franchise in terms of ticket sales or in terms of play.
He could be Peyton Manning and bring the Broncos to the Super Bowl.
Peyton Manning had a bad season anyway. He still won the Super Bowl, but he's still bad.
Where do you think Tom Brady's going to pick?
My gut right now is probably back to New England.
I think it's back to New England too. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So.
Because who else really wants him? What fan base really wants Tom Brady?
Apparently the Buccaneers.
Well, because the Bucs they're just
Tom
bad.
Brady with Mike Evans though,
Do you really
and Chris Godwin.
Think about this. Do you
Maybe.
really think Gisele Bundchen, is that her last
I
name?
don't know.
Bunchen, is going to go for gray and maroonish red?
Yeah,
no, absolutely not.
I
That's all I gotta say.
really think that
Well,
there is no fan base that would be excited for Tom Brady joining their team. Like
everybody hates him anyway.
if I tell you, Simon, that Tom Brady is the new quarterback of the Panthers, are you like?
I will not be.
Are
a
you
Panthers
like
fan.
out of your seat? Like, oh my God, we have Tom Brady now. No,
I will become
no one's
a
thinking
non-Panthers
that.
fan
It's
for that
that
season.
bad.
What do you think? I've heard that the Panthers really want to trade up for number 1 to get Burrow. I know the Bengals would
go for it.
The Bengals would never trade away that pick, but they're offering like Christian McCaffrey and stuff. And I know quarterbacks way more valuable than running backs. Would you be happy trading away Christian McCaffrey for Joe Burrow essentially?
That's a tough one. I would say potentially.
I would say.
I think McCaffrey's about to get
Potentially.
wasted in Carolina. McCaffrey is so good, and I think that they're about to be
Now,
6
if you want
and
to have the
11 his whole
conversation
life.
of trading from 7 to
5 and
5,
11.
giving up something not Christian McCaffrey,
I
and taking Tua, you got me on board for that.
I don't
Like
think
maybe you can give up I don't know if DJ Moore's good enough. I'd say you can package like a player,
Cam Newton.
someone good. Package a player who is good, so like a DJ Moore, for example, and a draft pick next year, maybe like a 1 next year, and maybe like a 4 next year, or a 4 this year. Give it to the Dolphins, who they want draft picks anyway. They drop back 2 spots, may not get Tua, but they can probably get someone else if they want. And if you get Tua, McCaffrey, and pick a receiver up in the 2nd round, whatever you want to pick up.
Well, let's think about here. How about this? Has there not been talk about Joe Burrow saying he will not play for the Bengals?
They said he denied that.
He clarified that at the combine. He said like he'll play anywhere. Whoever takes
Okay,
him.
fair enough. Then that kind of
I
rules out
think
what I was going to say.
I think like most people, he alluded to the fact like I do not play for a bad team, but like he'll play whoever takes him. Whoever takes him. So
my thought was, what if there was a 3-team deal where the Panthers traded for the 5th pick and then traded with the Bengals for the 1st pick and gave them another draft pick and a good player that's not McCaffrey and get Burrow. Potentially, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But out of all honesty, we need an offensive line. We do not have that. Get an offensive line because guess what? You can have the best quarterback in the league, and if you don't have an offensive line, what can they do? Nothing.
Yeah.
That's plain and simple. That's what it's been for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Now, if you want to have the conversation, what you could do is if you're the Panthers, if you could trade back, because let's just assume at this point Burrow and Tua are going to be gone by 7. Trade back, give that number 7 pick to someone who really wants, maybe the guy from Auburn, the Brown guy. I forget his name. Derek Brown. Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that. You trade back. You can take, let's say trade back to say 11 as an example. You still can get Herbert or Love, and you get a good quarterback who's going to be solid in the future. You get an extra draft pick, and probably in the 2nd or 3rd round, and you can pick up some tackles, some guards, whatever, receivers, whatever you need. You get more draft picks, spread the wealth around. Because if you really are looking for a quarterback this year, and you're not going to get Tua or Burrow, you can probably get the other two, I guess, like the top tier quarterbacks in this draft at picks 10 to 15 probably.
They're what you need in order to get those top 2 quarterbacks far outweigh what you need to give up to get those far outweighs what you get in return.
Yeah.
And 2-3 years down the road,
in a sense, yes, but
potentially,
you
get what I'm saying.
It's a gamble. Yeah. You're betting that if you trade up for them, you're saying this guy's going to be that good for this long. He's going to be good for a long time. If it's like a Trevor Lawrence, I'm trading on with everything I can to get him because he's gonna be that good. But I don't know, Tua, he's got a hip issue. Burrow had one good season, a historic season, mind you, but it's only been one good season.
He had great vision.
Yeah, and so you're taking that risk.
I think the Panthers really need to kind of do what the Oakland A's did back in the day. They need to play Moneyball. They need to look at the numbers and they need to develop players.
Yes,
they need to play on player strengths and go from there. Because out of all honesty, I mean, what the heck are you guys doing? I don't know. Nobody knows.
They're saying Christian McCaffrey is really good.
Alternative.
Look what he can do.
Christian McCaffrey is our entire offense and part of our defense.
Why don't we sign Teddy Bridgewater, keep our picks where they're at?
Yeah, Bridgewater would be
at least you have a patch for 1 to 2 years.
They said Bridgewater actually is in talks with Chicago, which I find very interesting.
Going back to the whole quarterback discussion, did you know that Teddy Bridgewater is rumored to be getting $30 million a year?
Hey, he's pretty good.
So is he worth it though?
No.
If Dak isn't worth 33, is Bridgewater?
I don't know if I would pay Bridgewater that much, but
I'd give him 15.
I'd rather have Bridgewater than Trubisky.
It's the nature of the quarterback.
I'd rather have Bridgewater than Trubisky.
I think a lot of people would. So yeah.
I don't think.
Do you think Chicago's a good fit for him?
For Bridgewater?
Yeah.
No. Who is a good fit for Chicago? You know what I mean?
I think if Bridgewater went to the Chargers, that'd be a good one. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what he does, but I guess he's not. Well, I don't know. I remember the whole talk of the town was he might go to Miami again potentially, because there was rumors that happening last year, but then never really happened. So.
Well, the Bears just signed Jimmy Graham. Sorry, Co.
Oh.
Gone from the pack. Also, sorry, Co. The Bengals tagged AJ Green, so you can't get him. I thought that would have been a good landing spot for AJ Green, as if he went to the Packers.
Yeah,
their wide receiver would have been freaking.
I know
stacked.
It was rumored he wanted out of Cincinnati, but maybe because they're going to get Joe Burrow this year, he might be more inclined to stick around.
Well, we ready for this, Simon? Panthers signed safety Justin Burris.
How old is he? 35? Probably.
I don't know. So they can screw him over in a year or two.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the Panthers are notorious for. Sign a big name. You know what? As a matter of fact, every single professional team in Charlotte is notorious for this. Sign a big name for 2 years. # Tony Parker for.
I forgot about.
For 2 years to get.
Is he still
Tom
on the
Brady?
team?
I don't think so.
And they cut Vaney.
I don't What are you doing? Can you tell me what are you... Michael Jordan, what the freak are you doing? The best player to play the game, and you can't manage a team.
Kemba Walker.
I see here the Cowboys might pursue Greg Zerline. I'm a huge fan of that idea.
Or Kai Forbath.
Hey, I like Kai. Kai didn't miss a kick in the last 5 games he played. So
what
thanks,
to what's the guy's name?
Brett Maher,
Maharati.
Missed too many kicks. Get him out.
But he can hit him from 60.
We'll take Greg the leg. Thanks. He's very good. Also, we have Bones Fassel as our new special teams coordinator. So, and he and Greg were coach-player duo in Los Angeles. So we'll take Greg.
It says Jets in talks with Kyle Van Noy.
He might get paid too.
The Jets just sign all these people that never do anything. Like Le'Veon Bell. Everybody acted like Le'Veon Bell was the greatest thing ever. He went to
Didn't you think he was the greatest thing ever?
I think he's very good, but the whole point is he needs
Pittsburgh.
There. The whole point is he needs Pittsburgh as much as Pittsburgh needs him.
James Conner.
James Conner is good.
All I got to say is he just needs a good team.
Yeah, because the Jets are awful. Look, he was an awful fantasy player last year. Everything I read said don't draft him in the first round. Who did? Might have been you.
Was that me?
I think it was Michael.
Oh, yeah, Simon. How about that fantasy season last year? Failed to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that was a lot of BS right there.
Tough scene.
All I gotta say is I played the person that I would have won the league if I got in. I kid you not. I had the points every single time, and I followed it. I had the points to beat every single person. Had the points. But I lost to Andrew once.
I'm sad we lost Byron Jones, man. It's hitting me deep right now. Hitting me hard. Tough scene. No!
No!
Not gonna lie.
Oh, Panthers signing Stephen Weatherly. Look at that. Look at all the big signings, Simon.
How old is he? 42?
Can you look it up, Elijah? Is this what you think of the Panthers signing record? Is we'll have Christian McCaffrey and a bunch of 40-year-olds.
I mean, we signed Julius Peppers for 1 year, and he played 2 downs every single series.
He's
basically.
25.
He's 25. He's good.
He's 45.
Close.
I mean, that's what. To be fair, that was Ron Rivera, but
I
we
love
were notorious for that.
Free agency is fun, and
technically though we're in the tampering period now. We're not actually in free agency yet, but same thing.
So it'll open up Wednesday is when you can actually sign.
Yeah.
Not if Corona has anything to do with it.
Will they have to sign digitally? They'll have to get their hazmat suits and go sign the things.
Can't tell who it is. Actually, sign somebody else.
David Johnson really is going to the Texans for D-Hop. What a
I mean, if Will Fuller could play more than 4 games in a season, and
the Cowboys extended Blake Jarwin. We'll do that. Thanks.
Okay, is Witten back yet?
No, and I have my doubts he's going to come back. Just because I feel like Mike McCarthy's like, we're done with you, Jason Witten, which is sad because he still wants to play, and knowing the Cowboys, he'll go play for the Giants, which would be the just gross.
Okay,
Mr. Cowboy.
Hire him as a player coach or something like that.
I think he wants.
I'm very curious to see.
He can still play, just a player coach.
I think he wants to be a starter though. It's very
I gotcha.
very he has to be the guy kind of thing. So.
Gotcha.
He can catch it and fall down 5 yards later.
I think if he was willing to come in and be a person who plays 20% of the snaps and is willing to let the other guys start over him, they'd take him back in a heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely.
But because he's I want to play all the snaps, they're we can't.
Isn't he going to go to the Giants with
That's what the rumor.
Claps?
Because Garrett loves Witten, and so I think Garrett would have the... speaking of Garrett, yes wow, our friend Shelby was eating lunch in Greenville, South Carolina. Guess who was there?
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett
really?
was
Whoa,
wow,
did she talk to him?
Yes.
Yeah,
she
said,
did. Yes.
He got pulled off the road because of coronavirus, and so he was eating at a cafe. And
we can't drive on the road.
She sent us a Snapchat in our group chat. She was like, "Who is this person?" Everyone keeps coming and talking to him, taking pictures with him, and I was like, "Oh, actually, it was Simon." He's like, "Oh, that's Jason Garrett." Because
I would have asked him, "Can I get one slow clap, sir?
Can you give me the clap,
a soft
please?
clap?"
That'd have been hilarious. But
how many soft claps does this restaurant get? Oh, we'll do 3. We'll do 3 soft claps.
Apparently, he's very nice though.
Yeah, I think he does seem like a nice guy.
I also asked her to get a signature for you, an
and
autograph.
She didn't.
She did not because.
What was he gonna sign? The sandwich?
I mean, never mind.
A napkin. That would've been cool.
The plastic straws that we're getting rid of.
Whatever.
But what about the bowls? What about the lids? What about them?
Oh no.
That's a top 10 Trump line.
Oh,
the Bulls.
I'm interested to see. But Simon, what would you think of if the Panthers got Antonio Brown? They took a risk. Got
Absolutely not.
A top 3 wide receiver in the league.
Nope.
I'm gonna go back to you every time. What team?
Nope.
There
really
is a team desperate enough.
Add a headache.
Absolutely not.
You're that desperate. You're gonna
I'll
add
tell
a guy
you the
who
perfect-
has CTE and make the dumbest decision of all time.
I will
Calls
tell
the
you-
cops and calls
Elijah,
the pigs.
Elijah,
What?
I'm telling you, the man is crazy. Some team is desperate enough to sign him. I'm telling you, and it's probably going to be the Browns.
Probably gonna be the Steelers.
The Browns. No, the Steelers are done with him. I wouldn't be pissed if they did, but
All I'm saying is.
I love how Carson in one breath's like, "Oh, I hate." AB.
no, he's crazy.
He's
I don't
crazy.
think.
But then he's like, "But Steelers, take him back, please.
No,
We need
I
him."
don't want them to take
I
him
thought
back.
Juju was the heir apparent to AB's legacy. He sucks.
All I'm saying is.
Hold on, son.
Go for it.
Juju was hurt half the year and played with Mason Rudolph at quarterback and Duck Hodges. What do you want from him?
I'm just kidding. I know.
Okay, so my thing with AB is I think he's stupid. I don't think anyone should sign him. I think he's wasted his opportunities. But if the Steelers were to sign him, which they won't, I wouldn't be pissed about it because I think that he would bring a lot to the team still. But also he takes away a lot from the team. So if I had to pick, do I want them to get him? No. But if they were we got him. I wouldn't
We
be like,
need him.
I wouldn't be like, this is the worst thing in the world.
Des Bryant. You want Des Bryant?
I wouldn't mind having him. There's a team desperate enough to sign
Do you think
Antonio
someone
Brown.
would take Antonio Brown or Des Bryant first?
Antonio Brown.
I think I'd
Des Bryant.
He has a torn Achilles and he's like 38.
And Antonio Brown has CTE.
I'm sorry, does Des...
And he has a new
history
rap
of-
album, No White Women 2020.
I think Des Bryant, it was not going to be as big of a headache for a franchise as Antonio Brown.
But he's not
He's a
going to give you the
veteran
same
wide
results,
receiver.
though.
I think he can give you at least
No, he's not going to give you
moderate to
anywhere.
good
How old is Des
He's like
Bryant?
33, I think. He's not 38.
He's probably like 35, 4.
Let's see what we got.
I'm gonna say
here.
30.
Is he as old as the new Bachelorette? Okay, he's 31. But he's
Whoa,
also
I was
coming off a
closest.
torn Achilles.
I know he had torn Achilles. That was like a year and a half ago. And he's been working out, working on his route running, which apparently actually isn't that great, apparently, according to people who like know how to evaluate that stuff. But the point is
Veiny.
that I think if a team is as desperate as you say they are supposed to be, they would take a chance on Des Bryant first before they went to AB.
I concur.
Because what in the past year has given you any indication that Antonio Brown is going to be not crazy?
The Saints were in
3
talks.
teams, 1 season.
The Saints were in talks.
But did he get signed?
No, because they started
And then the very
tweeting
next day,
about it.
he's saying how much the Saints suck or whatever. Like, because he's crazy.
I think he does have CTE.
No team wants to deal with
He
that.
attacked and robbed a food truck. That man does not need to attack and rob a
He
food truck.
threatened his lawyer over text messaging. Like, what are you
His
doing?
agent was like, all right, I'm out.
He called the guy in Oakland, now Las Vegas, by the way,
Yep.
a cracker, and said he was going to kill him or something. Like, wait, who wants to
He
deal
tried
with
to
this?
assault him, if I'm not mistaken.
Vontez Burfict had to hold him back from fighting.
If Vontez Burfict...
What the hell's his name? I forget his name. The guy, Mayock, the guy in Oakland.
If
had to hold him
Vontez
back.
Burfict
Ugh.
is holding you back, reevaluate your life.
Exactly.
That man got suspended indefinitely for his actions on the field.
Has he been reinstated yet, by the way?
I don't know.
Because Myles Garrett is being reinstated.
Miles
Yeah.
Garrett should have gotten an additional 2 to 4 games. Thank you.
Okay, so
Whatever.
Mike Tomlin calling out ESPN on ESPN saying that they misrepresented the story. Thank you, Mike Tomlin.
It'd be that.
Happy birthday, also Mike Tomlin.
so for the Panthers, all I'm saying is you got Rule in there. He's wanting to redevelop the Panthers.
Do you like that hire, by the way?
What has he done?
He was
I think
19 and 20 at Baylor.
Yeah, led a mediocre Baylor Bears team.
But
You're
this
right.
year they were really good, but the other 2 years they were awful.
So this is what I'm saying. That was a questionable hire. I would have done McCarthy first.
No, I went with the Cowboys.
Sorry, Cowboys got him.
Sleep over at
Unfortunately-
Keep over
Jerry's.
at Jerry's
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
But you got someone who's known for redeveloping a team from poop to not so poop. And you're going to bring in
From
Antonio.
poop to polished poop, yes.
Exactly. And they're going to bring in Antonio Brown into a developing locker room.
He's his own pile of poop.
It's like dropping a nuke in it.
You're gonna have the CTE time bomb in a locker room full of young developing athletes.
They could all be. You could have Christian McCaffrey in the No White Women 2020 video. Did you see the video? It was lit. He had an assault rifle in the house and he's shirtless.
Oh my god. Oh, and by the way, we have Luke Kuechly gone, and
Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
it's
That
very
is sad.
sad. But it was time for him
That's
to
just
go
a big
because
L
he was
for the
going to
game in
die.
general. The fact that he's like, I'm out of here. Like, oh, it's just sad.
If he played one more season, he was going to get carted off the field.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Which is
it.
good. He's
I
taking
love
he's
Luke.
taking his health
Good for
seriously.
him.
So yeah,
good for him.
for
You will
doing
always be loved by Charlotte and the Panthers.
by the
fans.
NFL in general, honestly, but especially Charlotte. But yes,
He was
by
3
the
years
NFL.
away from getting screwed over by the Panthers. He could have just waited.
You're right. If you waited 3 more years, Luke, you could have got screwed over, and you could have gotten sent
He
to
coulda
the
got-
Bills.
Justin
God.
Thomas, yeah. Tough scenes, but yeah.
Hashtag Steve Smith wanted to stay and be a
I think-
player coach.
I think a team was going to pick up Dez this year. I think
There's
it'll be like a I think it might be like a late.
He
after,
came back and
after the
immediately
dra-
tore his Achilles, though.
That was last year.
Yeah, he's been off.
He's been healing and training since. So I think he'll be fine. I think a team like you said who's desperate for talent, maybe the Panthers could be. He'll be like,
Do we have
I
a
can
wide receiver
offer you
core?
a
No.
1 year vet minimum deal.
Yeah.
Come in, you make me the 4th string receiver if you want me to. I don't care. And he's give me a chance to play.
Player coach.
That's all he cares.
A player coach.
I think he just wants to play somewhere.
Yep.
And
Give him a
so-
chance to play.
and-
Help
and-
him develop your wide receiver core.
Exactly, and so I think a team if they're looking at AB or Dez, I think they'd say Dez, may not be as talented as AB is right now, but he's not going to be a cancer in the locker room. So
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't believe we missed out on this. Stephon Diggs is like determined he's getting traded. Where do you think he's going? I would love to see him go to Pittsburgh. I think that'd be a great pickup.
Of course you would.
Duh.
I cannot wait for all these players to become due for contract and still have to like let everyone go because they got Minka, TJ, Big Ben.
Well, Big
Connor,
Ben's only going to be there for like 2
Stephon
years.
Diggs, maybe.
Connor's not getting all that
Bud
money.
Dupree,
What?
Devin Bush.
What?
Everyone's going to be like, oh, give me Joe Hayden.
You think
give me
we're
the money.
overpaying people right
No,
now?
I think you're eventually going to have to if you want to keep them all.
Our defense is good. Steelers are going to be so good this year.
questionable.
Big Ben, rocket arm. He's back.
Wow. We got the Steelers and Cowboys lining up for the big Hall of Fame game.
We actually
I'm gonna
played
go
in the
ahead and
regular
call
season this year.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and call this. Big Ben gets hurt third or fourth.
Oh,
game.
don't say it. That would break my heart. Because then we haven't done anything to get a new quarterback, so then we'll have to put another season of me having AIDS
Jake
over.
Fromm in the 4th round might be the move
I would
there.
take, whatever.
I think you're going to go with Mason.
If
Rudolph.
I have to watch Mason Rudolph play one more snap,
Okay, out of all honesty, how bad was he?
he's awful.
He's not very good.
He's really
He's
bad.
not very good.
He was good for the first game.
He looks like one of the frat kids that's about to throw a coronavirus
I know you know
themed
him,
party.
so like you want to like.
Oh,
leave
that's
his
right.
gun,
You know him.
But the thing is like
barely.
if you watch him play, he's bad.
Can you get him on the show so we can tell him that?
Absolutely not.
Listen, Mason, we think you're bad, but
But thanks for coming on the show, man. Thank you. Yeah, no. So, but yeah,
we
Stephon
do
Diggs,
need to do something with quarterback.
I don't know. Stephon Diggs is so stupid. Like 1 week he'll be like, "Oh, I love it here. I love Kirk. He's my man." And then
Yeah.
the second, like the minutes after Kirk Cousins gets his extension, he's like, time for a new beginning.
Because
What does that mean?
Kirk Cousins statistically is only second behind Drew Brees the last like 2 or 3 years.
Kirk Cousins. Oh, wait, time out. Speaking of quarterbacks, okay.
I think
talk
Kirk Cousins
about-
is better than Dak.
No. Okay, whatever. You can think that if you want to. Talk about the quarterback market. He led an abysmal Redskins team for like 4 years, and then got paid $84 million guaranteed over 4
Statistically, he was good
years
though.
out of nowhere.
Statistically, he was good though.
No, I thought you don't like stats. What is your criteria, man?
I can watch
Pick
it
up
and
the
tell.
phone.
I can watch and tell.
I cite stats to you about Dak literally every
I don't
day,
think Dak is
and
bad.
And you're like, oh, he's not worth it all.
I don't think
But
he's
then-
bad.
and he's like, Kirk Cousins like, oh, look at the stat line, man. He's so good. I'm tired of the hypocrisy.
I think
in
part
this
of
situation.
part of me liking Kirk is everyone saying he sucks, so that
I
inclines
think
me
Kirk
to want
is
him
fine.
to be good.
I like Kirk. I'm just saying, man, we got to stick to our lane and go with it.
But I don't know why Diggs wants out of Minnesota so bad. They beat the Saints in the
I think
playoffs
he gets
last
upset
year.
about the way the ball gets distributed amongst the players.
But
I don't think
Thielen
he
was
thinks he
hurt
gets
all of
targeted
last
enough.
year, so
I don't
let's-
know. You got to.
I think they are going run first with Dalvin Cook. Maybe he doesn't like that.
I
but
think Minnesota's tired of him too, like the fan base is.
they would never trade him to Green Bay, but that would be a good spot. I'm sure the Patriots are calling him.
I saw someone said that it was a tweet. It said like if Stephon Diggs makes it out of Minnesota without his head bashed in, it really says something about the Minnesota fan base.
Would you want Diggs in Carolina?
I don't know his personality, but I mean, all I'm saying.
I don't know the guy.
I don't really know the guy. I know he can play the game, but we don't really have a wide
He's like a
receiver
top
core.
15 receiver, so
You like Samuel and Moore, don't you?
Yeah, they're fine, but at the same time, they're what 6'2".
take AGG.
I mean, we need,
Juju Smith-Schuster.
we need in terms of basketball, we need a center.
A tall guy.
We need a guy who
You
can
had
go and
Kelvin
get the ball.
Benjamin.
I'm sorry. How many
Should've
pounds did
signed
Kelvin
Austin
Benjamin
Hooper, wow.
gain in a week? He probably gained like 50 pounds in a week from eating.
Does
so many
it
po' boys.
shock you that Austin Hooper became the highest paid tight end?
Yes, that's outrageous. He's not that good.
Isn't it funny how contracts work like that though?
But, like,
like whenever you up for a contract, you tend to get paid the most.
Atlanta's offense is very like pass heavy though, so that's why I think he did well in Atlanta. I don't think like Baker Mayfield and all that. Like, yeah, I don't think that was a good move.
I think money talks to players.
I mean, he's good. Picking
you
him
can
up is
sit
going to
here
help.
And say
but
all you want, like, oh, Matt Ryan's better than Baker. More
think he
passes out of
is.
the offense. You got Julio and all them. But like, I think whenever they say he's like, oh, you're gonna give me all this money, yeah. So
Yep.
that's why it happened.
I cut Austin Hooper in fantasy
And I
last year
picked
for
him
some
up.
reason.
Wow,
I don't know why I
great
did that.
signing. Thank you. Because you know who I had before that? I had David Njoku.
Oof.
Got hurt because all tight ends. Because our league drafts really stupidly, and like all the tight ends went off like the 5th round. I was
Excuse
like,
me.
what
Are
is
you
going
we
on?
started drafting?
Are you
tight
talking
ends.
about fortunate newcomer Christian Hamlet, who took David Johnson with
If
the
the shoe
fourth
fits.
overall pick?
Oh, tough scene. If the shoe fits.
What's Michael? Michael was drafted half the time. I was like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna have to redo the draft or the
we gotta get Jared
league setup.
Shakro in.
Yeah, Michael, we love you, buddy, but you've admitted the fact you don't want to be in the league anymore. Well,
What about John Black?
We'll see.
He does not keep up.
We'll find the right people.
Simon needs to be in the playoffs because
We're in
tries.
talks.
Simon and I made a few trades last year. Maybe one. I forget.
GM coming
I think we
in.
won.
The commissioner coming in to find new owners.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Yes, absolutely. All I
Remember
gotta
that
say
time
is,
that Simon tried to trade Michael Thomas and Leonard Fournette for someone not very good?
was it Michael Thomas?
Oh, no. It was Melvin. No, Owen traded you.
Yeah, he was trying.
He traded
That
you,
guy.
Michael Thomas, and Melvin Gordon for Leonard Fournette, who at that point was hurt. And I was like, wait.
Was that last season or the
That
season
was the
before?
first year we did it.
Okay, that's what I
that was
thought.
a long time ago.
So I was about to say that seems way more
Yeah.
lopsided than it was.
Yeah, that was way back in the day. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second.
If that was, I know it wasn't last season, because if that was last season, oh my
One
gosh.
time I made a fair trade with John Black to get Zeke for I think I forgot who it was. It was like Aaron Jones and some receiver I had, and everyone was like, "Whoa, hey, stop! You can't have Zeke and Saquon on the same team." And I was like, "Whatever, guys."
Well, it was
Well,
on draft night. He did it.
Sorry, I was making.
I don't think he cared enough. I think that's why he did it.
Uh,
Simon, I wanted to get your opinion on this. Houston Astros cheating.
cheaters.
Now everybody is throwing baseballs at them in
Well
spring
deserved,
training.
by the way.
absolutely.
How do you?
If I ever see, I think any Astros player who comes out and complains about it should instantly be barred from the league. They deserve every ounce of balls thrown to them they get.
So let me
Cheaters.
let me get this straight. You have the Houston Astros team who cheated to get to
Go Nationals.
who cheated to get to the World Series, and they won. So the staff got punished. The head coach, the GM, and all the manager, all that fun stuff. They got fired, and basically they won't be returning to the MLB because nobody wants them.
No, the manager is definitely going to get picked up. He's a very good manager. He has to sit out 1 year. Someone's going to hire him.
Something like that. So they got punished. The players who knew the entire time and who think that their title is legitimate because they cheated are not getting punished.
Yep. Nope. I think it's crazy still that the MLB hasn't rescinded their title too. Like if you
Take it away.
Yeah.
And say, hey, Astros, guess what? Because you did this, every single player involved in that, 1 year, done. You can't do anything.
Yeah. Or at least
You
severely.
can play in the minors,
Or
but
at
you
least
can't play in the majors.
severely punish them financially. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's like okay, you have to
You have to. How about this?
forfeit a lot of your contract.
Put them in a room with Corona.
You have to set.
Expose
I
them.
almost said that. I was going to say you have to sell your championship ring and then donate the proceeds to charity, but they won't sell for anything. Well, they could. They could because people were like, "Oh, look, it's the Astros who
cheated.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
Yeah.
and then say like, "You guys are stupid. You have to hit with wiffle ball bats from now on."
I don't know if they do that.
What? Shame.
That's obviously not going to happen.
I
but-
just hate cheating in sports. It makes it just cheapens the entire nature of the championship run you had. Because everyone thought oh, what a magical season the Astros had.
Exactly,
They were so
yeah.
good.
Yep.
But then you find out Jose Altuve is over there don't take off my shirt because I have the buzzer down
I think
here.
some of them should have been suspended. Altuve probably should have gotten a little bit of a suspension. What's the other guy's name? It's good. Most of the starters
I don't
probably
know.
should have gotten something. They should have been forced to play with.
Wasn't that the same season that Houston got hit by the hurricane, or was that the 2 or 3 the season before?
So it evens out.
No. The reason I was saying that is because you go in if that was the same season, which I honestly don't think it was.
I don't think it was either.
But if it was, you go in there, Houston gets pummeled by the hurricane, and then you go and do that.
Yeah.
You serious, guys?
Yeah. Not very nice. Don't cheat next time, guys. Thanks.
I just got a text from the CDC or something.
What does it say? Well, breaking news.
Never mind, it was TRBC.
Wow.
Wow, close.
As young people, what can we do during the COVID-19 crisis? Here's some advice from college pastor Quincy Thompson.
Well,
Thank you, Pastor, for giving me your medical advice. What do you think about the Astros? Should they be suspended?
I think that some of the more prominent players on the team should, because I think it's going to be hard to prove that every single one of them was, even though they were. You know what I'm saying? I think it was more like that's a decision the manager should have cut off. I think the manager is so it makes sense the manager got out. But at some point, I don't know, because I guess that's not fair to say, well, you're a better player, so you should be suspended when everybody else is doing it.
I think it should be a guilty by association kind of thing. Like, if you
so you think everybody on the team should be? For the whole year?
If you were willingly contributing to the cheating, and you didn't think to whistleblow it and be like call the commissioner and be like, hey,
this is going on.
Well, you're not going to do that on your own team, though.
But then you have no credibility, and you should be suspended then, because if you're not willing to call them out for it and be like, this is not ethical, then you shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be let off the hook for it.
We did save us from having to deal with Yankees fans winning a championship that year.
Go Nationals!
All I'm saying is I think the Dodgers probably would have won that. The Yankees were good, but I think the Dodgers. Was it the Dodgers?
That year?
That's one thing I don't agree with, where they say they should just give the Dodgers a championship. They didn't win, so no, I don't think you should. No. But
well, to be fair, they also lost to the Astros. But
yes. The Red Sox also won that next year. Good job, Red Sox.
Yes.
The Nationals won this last year. By the way, I don't know if this has ever been said, but I'm a new Nationals fan.
I'm a Nationals fan now.
I know it may
just put it out there.
I know the timing may seem suspect because they just won the national title, but
here's the reason why.
World Series. But I lived in DC for this past summer, and I would say
it's fair.
I went I've never been to I've never had a baseball team really, and so this past summer I went to 3 or 4 Nationals games. I was like, oh, they're pretty good. They're pretty fun to go to the games, and then they won the the World Series, and so I was like, okay, I guess I'll be a fan of it.
I think it's funny Bryce Harper left.
Will I watch? Probably not, but.
Bryce Harper.
Go Braves.
Bryce Harper, yes. Wow. Go Braves, yes. Wow.
Go Braves.
Yep.
I gave blood today. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. I gave blood.
Is that why your jacket's red?
Yes. I just blood all over the place. They asked if I get paid to have sex with people because that would affect how my blood is. And they also asked if I've been to China within the last 12 months.
And you said?
No.
Did they ask you if you'd been to Italy?
Yes, I also said no.
Yes,
they included all these countries in one, Simon.
Iran?
Yeah, I would go to Iran in first place. But yeah, they took a pint of my blood, so I'm just one pint less, yes.
Oh, how do you feel?
Did you feel lighter?
I feel fine.
Fair enough.
They gave me a free bag of Oreos.
Oh, did you bring them?
Were they separately bagged, or were they pre-sealed? Were they from the factory sealed? Or?
It was from the factory.
Okay, good.
Nice.
If they weren't, that'd be questionable.
Can we do a little bit of political commentary here? I know.
Why not?
Yeah. So, Democratic debate.
At this point in the show, we have one viewer left.
Yes, we're at the end.
No one's gonna hear this point anyway. So
the Democrats executed Order 66 on Bernie. Bernie was the favorite. Bernie was looking like Bernie was at least going towards winning the most delegates. Emperor Palpatine called in to Buttigieg and Klobuchar. They paid them a large sum of money to drop out of the race and then endorse Biden.
I think in a scenario, actually, Joe Biden is Emperor Palpatine because he calls Klobuchar and just was like, "I'll give you a cabinet position if you just drop out and support me."
A quid pro
to
quo.
Consolidate support behind me in the face of Bernie Sanders, so I can win the nomination and stop the communist.
Last night, did he not pledge that he would elect a woman vice president?
Oh, he did. He did. He's always said that.
I think that's going to be that Stacey Abrams lady, who I cannot stand. But
all I'm saying is, at the beginning of the debate, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Biden was saying, they were saying, "What's your response to COVID-19?" And Joe Biden starts out by saying, "Well, I think
he coughed
right after he started."
These two poor guys are in the prime target.
They're 69 age. And 70.
No, 78 and 77.
They are almost 80 years old, so they are old.
The Progressive Democratic Party, who is all about the progressive movement, has elected 2 78-year-old men, white men.
All I'm saying is Joe Biden looks like he is getting worse by the minute.
I do not think he should be running.
Who? Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
He looks
I think he has dementia.
I think the Democratic Party realized that he was their best chance to really win against Trump.
But it's not a good chance.
Because I really think if Trump ran against Sanders, he could probably win 40 states.
Oh gosh, you think he win that many?
Because Sanders does not appeal to moderate Democrats. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
The only reason they vote for him is because he's not Trump.
Yep.
But I think when they sat down and said, "Okay, this is my vote. I got to cast it now," you're faced with a guy who you may find personally distasteful, as opposed to a guy who's going to fundamentally change the nature.
America will be so communist
of the American economy. He'd be I think they'd say, no, I don't like Trump. I'm not going to vote for a communist.
Let's take this back to 2016. It was Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the lowest percent turnout in modern day election history. The lowest turnout, because the Democrats said we would rather not vote than elect Hillary Clinton.
Yep. And I think this election cycle is going to be a response to that, in the sense of like, okay, they realized, okay, we can't put up someone who's not going to beat Trump, so they're saying we're going to go with Biden now.
Do you think Biden can beat Trump?
I think Biden has a better chance of beating Trump.
The best chance.
I think he's still going to get killed. Can you imagine Trump debating Joe Biden? He's going to beat him up.
I think the thing is, people see Joe Biden as like harmless and like almost
What's
like
the worst he could do?
Because I think that whenever Trump,
Biden, what's the worst that could happen?
I think whenever Trump and Biden debate, it's going to be a slaughter.
Trump is going to destroy
Joe Biden's going to get himself, because he can't. The poor guy can't put a sentence together to save his life. He's really losing his functionality. I don't know, I don't mean to sound like mean against him because he's older, but like he can't put sentences together.
Oh, you ageist.
And so I think whenever Trump comes in like a bull in a china shop and just writes everything he's trying to say, it's gonna look like mean against Biden. It'll be like, oh, poor Biden, Mike, just give the guy a break. Did you watch last night?
He might have a heart attack.
Watch last night in the debate whenever Joe Biden and Sanders were going on about super PACs. And And Biden was like, you have 9 super PACs, and Sanders was like, no, I don't. And Biden said, you want me to name them for you? And Sanders said, yeah, name them. He goes, oh, give me a break, man. Just immediately, oh, give me a break. The point being, I think people see Biden as harmless. And so they're going to go with him over Trump, because Trump admittedly can be personally distasteful to people. And that's something like Republicans got to face. Is like, the guy's not very, cordial with people.
But I think
what's he gonna do?
I think if Trump can be on his screws and behave well and not be distasteful,
if he can read a teleprompter
for the next 8 months, he'll win. Because actually, that's not totally true, because the economy has severely taken a hit because of coronavirus.
But it's because
it's not Trump's fault, but that's not what people see.
That's what they're gonna pin it on.
People see Trump, economy falling. That's all they know. They obviously know the coronavirus is causing it, but they're gonna see he couldn't stop the economy from crashing, so we give someone else a chance. So that might hurt him. If we can get it under control, get the economy rebounding, and he can be on his screws and not be distasteful for the next 8 months, he can win.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a very tight race, because Joe Biden, unlike Bernie Sanders, does appeal to those moderate blue collar Democrats who are more just they want.
Somebody,
they want calm.
Here's my thing, though. The Democrats' message isn't, this is what we need to do. It's, we don't like Trump. Vote for us.
Yep.
I do agree. That's their main pitch is we're not Donald Trump. But I think to a large amount of voters, that could be all they want to hear.
What's up with Joe? His go-to phrase is, you want to take this outside? You want to go behind the barn?
I always found that funny, because that last week, the video that was circulating around was him talking to a union worker.
That's a bad look, by the way.
Terrible look, especially if you want to appeal to
the moderates,
those blue collar workers in those the Midwestern states.
You want to take this outside?
When he's talking to a 35-year-old like you said, an auto plant worker about guns, he's like, "Want to go outside and take it outside?" I'm like, what? Why is that your response, man? Because you'd get
you're 78 or 79 years old with the coronavirus. You're not going to end up too well.
So, I don't know.
He said he beat up Trump, too. I think Trump would beat him up fairly well.
I don't think it really mattered. I don't know.
Did you see the video where he had his wife and his sister with him, and he pointed at his wife and said, "My sister here," and then he was like, "Oh, whoa, they switched on me." Oh.
Well, that's what I mean by the fact he can't seem to put. He's losing functionality. That's just honest. He can't. I remember he was trying to recite the Declaration.
Oh, yeah, he said, the thing.
He was like, all men agree. The thing. It's he can't say simple things, and it's just not good.
Conspiracy theory time, Elijah. You ready for this?
Alex Jones.
Do you think... Well, DUI. Do you think... Hopefully he'll get out of it. We need him back. Do you think that the Democrats are knowingly running Joe Biden to then betray him and say that he is not fit to be president and kick him out and make the vice president the president? Like Hillary. What if Hillary's his vice
That's not gonna
president?
happen.
Are you asking like they're gonna elect him first?
Yes, and then say that he's mentally
can't do
unstable to run. They're gonna motion it in the thing, and then they're gonna make his.
You can't. You have to impeach him.
Mhm.
And
then the vice president will be the president.
that's true.
Do you think that's what they're gonna do?
But how? On what grounds are they going to impeach him? And by the way, to impeach someone, you have to have 2/3
There's
majority.
there's a thing that says like if the president is quote unquote mentally unstable. They tried to get Trump with it. Remember, they're like he's mentally unstable. Let's get him.
Again, when it comes to politics, I tend to rely on the whole "people are stupid" explanation for things,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not very conspiratorial, so I don't think Democrats would do that.
I think they would. If Hillary Clinton's his running mate, I definitely think they would.
He's not.
He's joked about it,
He's
though.
not going
Out
to
of
pick
all
Hillary.
honesty, I don't think the Democratic Party would. I think Hillary Clinton would, but I don't think the
Yeah,
party would.
I don't think they're going to pick Hillary Clinton because she,
Absolutely
like you
not.
mentioned earlier, 2016. I've always said I think Donald Trump winning was more of a testament to how bad Clinton was.
Yes.
Not how good Trump was.
Yeah, absolutely.
He won by I think like less than a combined 80,000 votes.
Yeah.
But he won by a lot of electoral votes.
In the 3 swing states. But yeah, I know he got electoral votes. But I was saying like if 80,000 votes in like Michigan, Pennsylvania, and I think maybe like Florida or something, they go different ways.
Yep.
Then he loses the election.
Do you think that he's in jeopardy of this one? I think he'll win fairly easily.
I think he's in serious jeopardy. This
You think so?
Yes, because the fact that first off,
He's by far the better choice.
Yes.
To us
But-
that might be true. But what I'm saying is to people who are voting
And also
as a Democrat
brainwashed.
or as a moderate Democrat or even a moderate Republican, some people. Okay, Trump, the economy's crashing right now. Not his fault, but it is crashing. And despite him to persuade the Fed to do stuff, it's not helping. And then he's personally not very nice. He's pretty distasteful at times. Everyone can admit that. And I think that people would say, you know what?
I would rather.
The Democratic Party didn't choose the communist who would fundamentally change how America operated.
The Order 66.
They're going to pick Biden, who is like you said, what's the worst he can do kind of thing. You know
His
what I mean?
slogan should be, "What's the worst I could do?"
Exactly. Right? That's basically what he says. Is he basically says, "I'm not Trump."
Yeah.
He's gonna have his own
Basically,
campaign
you'd be
stuff.
saying that we recognize the economy is good and things are going well, but because we don't like some things this guy says, we're going to elect this guy with dementia just because we don't like him. That doesn't make sense.
To me, so
Okay. So what his approval rating? I don't think has ever been over 50%.
I think it's at 53 right now.
Is that what it is at? Well,
Mhm.
according to what poll?
One I saw. I don't know.
I think
It's at
been
49
over
or 53,
I
something
think
like
it's been
that.
over
The point.
50
Okay,
once or
the
twice.
point is
but
I think for the
it's not
large
high.
part of his presidency, it's been in the low 40s.
Yeah.
And so, and then on top of that, right now the economy isn't doing well. Not his fault again, but it is not doing well. And I think people want a return to normalcy kind of situation where it's we don't want to have the president be this polarizing. I don't think they want that. And so I think Biden to them is the choice of he's normal kind of thing.
But he's not.
Here's my two things.
I agree with you. I don't think he's the best option to lead the country, but he's not Bernie Sanders.
He's not a communist.
And I think that Trump is always got to be on his screws because he's always on the edge of being too much.
I think he's perfect the way he is.
He fluctuates between being there are times where Trump is so good. It's if he would do this all the time, he would win. And almost like Reagan style, and win 50 states. It'd be incredible.
Reagan won all 50?
He won 49 states.
Did he really?
I think
What was the
so.
one, California?
No, he won.
He won
That's his home
California.
state.
What?
Yep.
I think let me look it up.
What a
I think
time.
84 he won all.
That's
I think
crazy.
He won 49 states.
So,
But incumbent presidents also win 75% of the time.
so let's put it this way. Here are my two things about it. The first one, and I'll say this, is I honestly think the election of Trump was almost a joke by people our age saying, this is what we think of this, basically. Basically, this is what we think of the election. And then the second one is the media has such a vicious control over the minds of so many people that it was
What's
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
He won 48. He didn't win. I think it's Maryland. What is that?
That might be Rhode Island
I can't see.
or Delaware.
No, wait. Oh, he didn't win D.C. And he
DC.
didn't win Minnesota. So
Against
Go
Walter
ahead, I'm sorry.
Mondale.
No, you're good. So the media has such a
Look at this
vicious
dude.
control over the minds of people our age and people who are going to be voting, saying Donald Trump is the worst president ever. They don't have anything to back it up because there is very little information to back that statement up. And people our age and younger than us don't have the sense to think for themselves and say, hey, I wonder if that's true. What has or has he not done? As they just listen to the media mindlessly. Mm-hmm. They just read the headline and see Donald Trump does this. Oh, wow, what a terrible person. That's all they see. And that's enough to at least waver moderates on either side towards somebody who is not a communist. And that's, as we've been saying, that's basically what Joe Biden is running on. And I agree with you. To some degree, he is, I'd say it's probably 60-40 Trump to Biden, electoral-wise. Popular vote is probably going to be almost 50-50. But at the end of the day, those moderates are going to swing to somebody who the media plays off. I mean, granted, Hillary was a terrible choice, and the media tried to play Hillary as a great person, and that didn't end up so well because she's not. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, and so I don't know. When it comes to in terms of the question of is Trump a shoo-in to win, I would say no.
No.
I would say this is what I'm saying. He has to be over the next 8 months. He has to be on his game. He cannot gaffe ever.
Say they get this Corona thing taken care of, though. That's a big plus for him. He's like, look, we had Corona. I took care of it.
Okay, so if he takes that,
I drank it.
I think he has been better than people want to give him credit for on the Corona issue. He has made some mistakes.
He started off bad.
He's been okay. He hasn't been blowing it. I think if he gets if this gets solved, the economy rebounds. We don't get into any, foreign escalations. We don't have any major policy issues rise up in the next 8 months. And he is personally not, distasteful, like I've always said. If he can just not be bad, he can win handily. I would even guess. But the thing is, I think people look at Biden and say, okay, he's not the best candidate, but he's not Trump and he's not a communist.
I think when they start debating, people will see that it is not even close.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be a different discussion.
I think it's going to be whenever it came to, like I said, when it came to Sanders, I think that Trump maybe could have won 40 states. Easily, when it comes to Biden versus Trump, I don't know. I don't think he can get past 30, honestly. It's going to be very tight.
Yeah. Because I think Trump and Biden are actually both very moderate as to their respective parties. I feel like Trump is the most moderate Republican we've had in a while, and Biden's fairly moderate.
Policy-wise, yes.
Vocally moderate, and that's
I don't think a lot of the times Republican talking points are like anti-gay and stuff like that. I don't think Trump could care less about that.
I think that's a result of the party actually moving forward into a sense of that's just the issue we don't prioritize anymore. Yeah. A sense of I think most Republicans nowadays are just kind of you know what,
there's more important things.
Trump is very conservative when it comes to immigration.
I think the idea behind I think why the party in terms of the Republican Party has moved on from the whole gay marriage thing is because they've you know what,
it's almost
they're adults, and as long as they don't make it our problem, I guess they've kind of moved on from that. You know what I mean? So
do you remember when they asked Biden what would be the first thing he'd do as president, and he'd say the first thing that I'm going to do as president is defeat Donald Trump.
Yeah. So
he's going to beat him in the race and then further defeat him. You might just take a sword to him.
Going to defeat Donald Trump. Good luck with that one, Joe.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's all coming around very soon. So I think the one thing though that people need to realize is actually these past couple of primaries, the youth vote has been very low because
that's hurting Bernie.
Well, yeah, that hurt Bernie a lot because Bernie was banking on we'll get the young vote out to come.
Bernie's done too. Bernie should just go ahead and drop out.
Bernie really has no path forward now because I mean, and he kind of screwed himself too because in the one debate he was asked should the leader should the person with the most delegates
and he said yeah
win the nomination outright. Even if it's not a majority, he said yes. Biden surpassed him now, so he kind of wrote his own
think they
shit
paid Elizabeth Warren to stay in the race too, because that hurt. That really hurt Bernie on Super Tuesday. It took away 3 states from her being in there, taking percentage away.
I think that's just more her being disillusioned in herself.
Did you see?
She lost her own home state. That's just bad.
3rd place in her own home state.
Not good.
Did you see that AOC said she is taking back her support of Bernie Sanders until
he wouldn't disavow Joe Rogan?
Yes. Why does it matter if he went on Joe Rogan? She said that Joe Rogan is transphobic.
That's enough politics for one.
That's
one
enough.
One hot takes.
Wow. Well, I think it's as long as hot takes ever, Simon. Thank you for coming on board.
We've been here for a while.
We have been here.
I'm getting tired and hungry, so that's why I'm
Would you
quarantine
guys be
shopping
interested in playing some cards tonight? I've been
cards like
poker. Yes, I've been texted with a game that we can go to.
Oh, with Luke?
Yes, with Luke Martin.
Probably not.
I need to go to bed because I have to work tomorrow. Even though it's from home, it's still have to be up at like 8 and stuff.
Yep.
So you want to play for like
7?
Not at all, or like maybe not.
Probably not at all tonight.
Not at all.
Maybe
Okay,
the
I'll go.
weekend though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
I got a Corona shop, and then I got a Corona bed.
Yeah, I was gonna Corona shop, but
Wow.
then I think I might need to not tonight. I need to go to sleep at some point. So, I went shopping for my regular groceries the other day. And I got stocked up, but then like some stuff like bread and all that, it's like out of stock right now. I'm hoping to be in stock when I get over there, but it's also
You can find it on eBay for $30 a slice.
Wow, still selling the hand sanitizer up here. So
Get your bids
send in
in.
your highest bids.
You can email us at hottakestheshow@gmail.com.
Yes.
We're working
Highest
hard.
bids.
We were this close to having Joe Coltisco on the show this week.
Darn.
But one day, Joe, one day.
Had to go with Simon instead. Ugh.
Simon was very good on the show today. Thank you,
Yes,
Simon.
wow.
I'm sorry, not enough sexual jokes, I guess.
Our hot takes coronavirus correspondent.
Corona.
Wow. All right.
Corona
Well,
extra.
everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. You should be washing your
Corona-like.
hands anyway when we're not in a national
Wash your
pandemic.
hands. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth. Don't shake hands unless you have to. Avoid being out in public if you can. The usual stuff. And if you ever have any questions, don't ask us. Go to the CDC website. Yes, wow.
Yeah, I'm not an actual health expert.
For the one, you know what? Nobody's listening right now. So just go ahead and end it.
Trump was on there.
Who would do an hour 45 of us talking like idiots?
I think someone. Christian Hamlet.
Christian, go to bed, buddy. I don't know.
Did you see at the coronavirus press conference, Trump, every single person that came up there, firm handshake. It was like,
Yeah.
thank you.
I didn't
funny.
see that.
If we get rid of Trump, we're missing out on so many more comical moments to come. He is the funniest president. we've
I've
had.
always said America needs to appreciate Trump while we have him, because if you don't, regardless of your politics, if you like what he does or not, he is funny.
He is
he
so
is very
funny.
And people think it's all serious and games, but like I think he's just being like goofy. Like he's just trying to like have a good time.
I think he's just trolling.
I mean, he's the.
I think people have this idea like he's like playing like 4D chess and everything he says he means. I think he just says things and like they just land.
They literally mean nothing.
And I love how, like, as they're taking down Bernie, Trump is tweeting like, "They're going after Bernie." What? He's like, "This is outrageous."
I think he wanted to face Bernie.
I think he
he thought
did
he had a
too.
better chance against Bernie.
Oh, if he was facing Bernie, 40 states, like you said, done,
I think it'd be
easy, easy win.
So
All right, everyone, stay safe. Wash your hands.
cough into your sleeves.
Cough and dab. Do the
The whole vampire sneeze thing.
yes. Wow.
All right, I'm tired.
Call
Wrap it
of
up,
Duty
man.
Warzone is out. Play that. Don't.
Okay,
Go
all right,
out,
that sounds like an
go on.
endorsement to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of this noise.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao.